Excited. Today I have launched the Krafty Design Studio standalone website. So before I had this and it was a website, but you kind of had to purchase it from Shopify or from my Skool community. And I now have everything set up correctly. And that way the privacy and everything is handled how it needs to be so that you guys can actually go ahead and subscribe, log in and start using the tools pretty much immediately without having to wait for me to add you in. So this is what it's going to look like when you come to craftydesignstudio.com, and it's got a little section here. All of the Get Studio access is just going to bump you down here to the pricing. And right now we do have 9 studio tools, but I'm going to continue to add more. I can't guarantee that the lifetime price will stay $100 right now. I guess that would be an introductory period because this is so new. I can't guarantee 5 years from now that it will not be a different setup, but I do have it at $12 a month so that it's a little more accessible for everybody to start using it. And then I have $100 one time if you want to just purchase it and not have to pay every single month. So these are just some reviews that I have from my amazing ladies in my Skool community. And I do have a Skool community tab here linked. Now, Skool community is separate from Krafty Design Studio. It's very different. It actually gives you products like Procreate stamps, frames that you can use in Canva and things like that to design. But that is this here because I figured, hey, I have a lot of ladies that are using the design studio and guys that want to be in the Skool community because they get a lot more one-on-one. We have our Q&As every week, all of the things. I do a fresh drop every Friday with new things. So I did want to just link that in so you guys can see kind of the membership options there. It starts out at $9 a month, and then the $200 a year and $500 a year are just considered a yearly drive. So $200 a year would be for my 2026 Procreate drive and Canva frames drive. And then the VIP, which is $500 a year, would be the same thing as if you're buying a drive from another designer to where it's like the whole year's designs. So that one is what that is. And then I do have a tutorials page that is going to pop out as a separate page for a different window for you, just so that you're able to, watch it on one screen while you're working in another. But I will have all of those loaded in, and I'm super excited about that. And then I do have a frequently asked questions that you guys can check out if you have any more questions from that. And I'm going to go ahead and pop in to the dashboard. So when you sign in, this is what this looks like. This is where these will stay up here in all of the tools. And this is where you would load a project in that you've saved, and it will automatically link that to the tool that you're using. So you don't have to worry about losing track of which one it's for. These are the 4 main tools that most everyone is using right now. I'm not going to say the others aren't popular, but this does seem to be the most widely used. And then I also have a resources tab for you guys. Right now, it's just alpha templates, mockup files, and practice PNGs. And that will get bigger as it goes, but these are included. These are not extra purchases. So I give you some templates and some things to go ahead and get you started so that you can use and play around with the tools. And the tools that I currently have are a canvas tool. I have a alpha set bulk. So you can do single or bulk alpha sets here. And that is going to be done right here when you do your bulk creation. So all of the first one would be set up here. You load everything in and then you make your changes, and then you can apply those changes to all 6 and make some tweaks or however you want to do that. I also just use this for singles. I just, change the name right here and then download the active variation versus all variations. And I am working on speeding up the bulk for this. The bulk takes a little bit of time because there's just so many files that it's trying to do. I have the bulk mockup, so you would pull in your mockup images here, you pull your finished PNGs here, then you can go ahead and edit your placements, which I tend to just edit the placements on here because you can drag with the corners and add your watermark and add your logo down here, and then you can export, and this will let you do as many mockups as you really want to do, and then it'll apply your designs here. And then I have it to where you can clear the PNGs, so you can put all of your mockups in and PNGs, get everything set up, save the project, and then you can pull it back in and just clear this, and then every single time you would just load the project in and then clear the PNGs from the last project. And then let's see, we've got Drive Mockups is something that I just listed yesterday. And what it's going to do is I can actually drag zip files into here and it is going to populate those on the screen to make a like Drive style mockup so that you can see everything in the zip folder without having to manually place the files. And it gives you a few different options here for the item sizes, the margins, your gaps, whether or not you want to trim the transparent edges, all of the things. I try to give you guys as many options as possible. And then you can also go ahead and apply your watermarks, and then you would export that as a zip file. We have our Impasto paint, which is basically just a really thick paint. And I have the tutorial already for this listed. And I start out in Procreate for this, but you don't have to. You can just use a colored image and then it turns it into an SVG and then it lets you, make all the changes from there. Alpha prep and naming is just to help you have a screen to where you're not having to do it in your downloads folder. If you're trying to set up a brand new alpha set for the bulk tool. Seamless patterns is, pretty self-explanatory. You're going to upload your clip art here. You can also add text and different things. And then once you pull that in, it will show a live preview for you and it will repeat. And then the seamless patterns, it does do two to three different outputs. I can't remember how many I did, but I know that I have like the regular tile, I have it 50% and then 50% one more time so that you guys don't have to like go in and rescale them. Word Builder is just pretty self-explanatory on that one, but it has a lot of different uses. So I pull in alpha sets here. I do clip art here to do bulk designs. I can also pull in my completed alpha sets that I made from a bulk alpha, and then I actually just type down here like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, do the whole alphabet, and it makes mock-ups for me there. And I like the way that that looks because I can go ahead and make all of my mock-ups for my alphas in one go by just typing out what I want. So I'm excited about that one. And then I did just fix that one because it had a bug where it wasn't saving and loading projects correctly. So I did test that earlier and it is working. But if you guys ever have questions or concerns, please email me. I will be linking to where you guys have like a contact form for me to send it to me to let me know if there's anything buggy. Usually my Skool community finds them first and they let me know pretty quick and I try to get on them. So if there is something that I have missed, just let me know. And then the last one I have right now is the PNG to OTF, which is going to be an open type font. And what you would do is you would pull in your PNG if you've done hand lettering or anything like that. And this is going to turn it into a black SVG and make it into a font. So I will have a few more coming here soon. One of those will be a colored. So if you pull in all of your bulk designs from Word Design, you can then make that into a font. And or you could pull in your alpha sets and make that a font. So if you wanted like a completed alpha set with all the colors and layers, then you would be able to do that. So I'm super excited for everything that's, coming our way with this. You have your tutorial spot here, so it will also embed all of the links. You've got your resources tab here. And then this is just going to be your billing. And I'm pretty sure it's me. Yeah, so this is my email address. And this is your billing, and this is where you would update your payment method. You can cancel it, upgrade to lifetime, and that's going to reroute you to Strive because I am not handling payments because I do not want to be held liable or mess anybody's money up. So I let the professionals handle the professional things like that, and I handle the creation portion. So I'm just super excited, guys. I am just over the moon that this is done and ready, and I was literally up till like 5 o'clock this morning trying to fix it. Because there was all the things. The way that I did it wasn't the way a lot of the people vibe coding did it. And I wanted to make sure, not that there's anything wrong with vibe coding. There's nothing wrong with it because it did help me a lot of the way. But I just wanted to make sure that everyone's privacy is protected and that everything is set up correctly so that, hackers and things are not just able to go in and see anybody's information unless they're good at that. So I am super excited. Thank you so much for watching this. I just wanted to give a brief overview of all the things, and I will see you guys in here.